Hello and welcome to round 1 of the Queen of the Andals tournament with me, Rebecca Gillard, and joined as always by Richard Walker.
G'day, mates.
Hello, Richard. On the left we have Ryan Ritter playing Lanni Crossing, and on the right we have Jeff Berg playing Targ Crossing. So you may have noticed we've changed our little displays and everything, and that's down to actually our new Patreon, Cameron Davison, who is also very kindly the person that has sent us the videos for this tournament and also sent me these little bits and bobs for editing with.
Blimey, Cameron's gone all out.
Yeah, so Cameron has really helped us out with the channel.
Thank you, Cameron.
Thank you very much.
He's alright, isn't he?
I don't care what you say about him.
I do say a lot of things about him. But he's alright, really.
He's alright for a purple teddy bear.
For what?
You seen the map?
Oh yeah, the map. Sexy teddy bear Cameron. Well.
So, yes. So let's have a look at the setups here then. On the left, Ryan has played a Ben Man with Mace to Pycelle, an attachment which I believe was Sir Pounce, but I'm not 100% sure.
Well, it can only be a 1 or 0 cost attachment, judging by the rest of the card that are on the board.
Okay. Is Sir Pounce 1 cost?
He is.
Oh, probably that then. A Rose Road and a Gold Mine? Is that the location?
It is.
And then on the right-hand side, we have a Rose Road, Jorah, and Histar, which is very nice to see our setup. He's going to help the economy for the game. Opening plots, we've got Late Summer Feast from Ryan. So it's going to get a bit of gold, and Heads and Spikes from Jeff. But Jeff, they're not hitting anything, just getting a Hymir Roar. So not getting the power there, which is possibly a good thing because Ryan is first player, and Jeff doesn't really need that power on his faction card for Ryan to take. See his little first player icon. He's cool, isn't it?
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You like?
Well done, Rebecca.
Well done, Cameron.
Well done, Cameron. Is that where you got all the Thrones font from?
You know what? Apparently, I already had the Thrones font and didn't realise. I know I downloaded it onto my Word, but I didn't realise it had also worked on this video suite thingy that I'm using. So apparently, it auto downloaded it onto there, and I was just scrolling through, and I was like, "Oh, I've got the Game of Thrones one!" So I was like, "I'll put that in."
Wow.
Because it's like related.
Oh, well done.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Did it myself, kinda, with assistance.
Well, then the only problem is, like, the map looks a little bit off kilter.
Hey, I didn't do the recording. You can blame Cameron on that one.
It's either that or your icons are off kilter.
No, they're definitely not. I very carefully measured.
Alright, well. Talk us through this marshalling now, Rebecca. What just happened?
So, Ryan has knelt the gold mine to discard a card from hand and draw another card. He discarded an Emery Launch, I think that is, in the discard pile there. Mm-hmm. And drew this card.
So he obviously didn't want Emery Launch.
Yeah, doesn't.
It's a bit surprising. He a fairly decent body to get out. But obviously he had other plans.
And a dupe on the Pycelle there. So that is a Big Cersei, an alt art. So this is the one where she doesn't kneel to an intrigue, and when a card is discarded from the opponent's hand, she gains power. I mean, 3 times per round, I believe.
It is, yeah.
So this is really, really harsh on Jeff. Jeff has obviously got out a Histar, which is his action is to discard a card from hand to reduce the cost of the next character or thing by 3. So Jeff doesn't really want to use his Histar's ability because now he's going to be feeding Cersei. And, don't really want to be feeding her power quite so easily.
She's certainly a good counter to the current Targ mechanics of discarding 1 million cards. As long as you can keep her alive and on the board.
Yeah. So, with the Targ Crossing, it's unlikely that Jeff's going to be running anything like Put to the Sword. Anything that's targeted kill, basically. So he's going to really struggle, I think, to get Cersei off the board.
You don't think Targ Crossing runs Put to the Sword?
I didn't think it until you said that. Do they?
I don't know. I'm sure there are some variants that might, the aggressive Drogo versions that focus on Drogo, Dothraki, Put to the Sword, Put to the Torch, Bloody Arak.
I think generally with crossing and Targ, well, any crossing, you just want to go fast. So
No.
no,
No.
no.
No,
Am I out of touch?
that's crossing rush.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, you can use Lord of the Crossing as a, as a tool to speed your game up and win the game as quick as possible. But you can also use your crossing as a way to get higher strength in that third challenge and get your win by 5 stuff off.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that's true.
Although
I've been told.
Jeff has opened heads on spikes, which makes me think he's just running a really fast one.
And his star, to speed up his economy situation. But never mind.
And he is a king. He could be running king in the north.
Yeah, strong possibility.
Strong possibility, huh?
So just going through Jeff's marshalling there. So he's got a Gates of the Moon, a dupe on his star, and also played out a Second Sons.
Where did he get that extra gold from? Did he set up a Rose Road?
Yes.
He did. Cool. He's not using his star.
No.
He is scared of Cersei.
Yeah, it's not best to feed it. And just a quick note on Ryan's side, he also has Shay. Oh, there we go. He's doing it anyway. So discarding a card from hand to reduce the cost of the next card by 3 to play out. Was that Marine?
It looks like a Marine.
That's a really bad idea.
Yeah, you're going to be giving Cersei triggers at the end of every round. I think Lannister could do with more effect that trigger off card being discarded.
You think it's something that their faction's focused around?
Sure, I mean they've got plenty of cards which trigger when the opponent has no cards in hand. Well, why not trigger off the act of that happening, i.e. card being discarded from hand?
Yeah, I guess it makes sense.
That makes them a really good counter to Targ. Make them a bit more popular, I'd say.
Just a quick note on the challenges that are happening here. So we had a power challenge come through from Shay, which was unopposed, gaining a power for that. We now have an intrigue that's coming through from the Cersei non-kneeling. So this is Ryan's second challenge. And then if he wants to do his third...
draw a card from that unopposed power challenge? Lay some a feast?
I think so.
Cool.
But don't quote me on it.
I'm not going to quote you.
But that does mean that for his third challenge, he's only going to have a Burn Men, which would only be strength 4, so it's...
He got 1 gold, he could have a Widow's Wail.
True.
You have to always be wary of that in Lannister. I mean, it's been so long since I've seen a Lannister played that much. I've kind of forgotten what it does.
Yeah. Ryan there just hitting the Kotho from Jeff's hand.
Oh, why didn't he get closer out?
Yeah,
because
that's
of
what
the
I was just
discard.
thinking. Maybe, but I mean, I think Cersei's going to get to 3 anyway this turn by the looks of it. So the military went through with the Burn Men, defended with the Second Sons. But this means that Jeff isn't going to be able to do his 3 challenges to get across his own crossing. So he's going for the military withdrawer, because that will be unopposed. Unless Ryan's got any tricks. So it doesn't look like it does. So we're going to get the unopposed and the renown and just a token there to show the betrayal token on draw. Of course that should come first. But I guess most people know that now. It's not, too important.
Although we are getting an influx of newer players into the game.
Yes.
Which so it may be worthwhile pointing out these kind of things.
Yeah, we had
explaining some interaction.
2 new players at the club tonight, so that was good.
Yeah, now we've got to try and explain to them what a newly implemented restricted list sounds like and looks like. Sorry, you've just bought a Flea Bottom Wars to come and Mason Hightower, but you can't use them together. Sorry, lads.
Yeah. Just a quick note on the challenges there. So power went through from his star, defended with Cersei, and Jeff did remember there to draw the card from the Late Summer Feast. So I think Jeff there was just trying to fill his hand a little bit by, he knew he was going to lose the challenge, but he wanted to just get that card draw, which totally makes sense. in the standing phase. Ryan there is using the gold mine, discarding a card to draw a card. Can't quite tell what that is from here, but it's got a military and intrigue icon.
I must say, Ryan has a really peculiar setup in the locations of where he puts his deck.
I quite like his sleeves, although I'll be really, really worried that somebody would think, like, to sort of glance, spot them, think it was real cash and just try and break in and take it or something. And then be like, oh, god damn, but the break-in's already happened.
Okay, so every card in his deck is money.
The Time of Plenty into Heads on Spikes. I see he's got some signatures on the Heads on Spikes there. Is Heads on Spikes a champ card?
No, but that head on the spike is actually Nate French.
Oh, really?
Who was the lead designer of Game of Thrones during the core set in the first couple of cycles.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, that is Nate French's head, so perhaps he's signed it? I don't know.
Maybe.
Ryan Ritter is affiliated quite heavily with FFG, being an employee.
Well, I guess it's good that he plays the game. At least he knows what's going on with it.
Yeah, it's always good when an employee plays the game, right?
Yeah, because they understand the needs of the players. Just a quick shout about what just happened there. So Ryan played Heads and Spikes, hitting a character. I think it was a Rhaegal, if I remember correctly. One of the dragons anyway. And with that he gets the 2 power from the Heads and Spikes, but he also gets the Cersei trigger as well because a card was discarded from hand. And he's just using an ear token there just to show that she's been triggered once this turn. Playing out the Lanni Reducer there, and kneeling it to help to reduce the cost of the Tyrion that's on the end there. Sitting on 2 gold. And he'll be able to gain gold during the intrigue challenges, of which I'm sure there'll be plenty with Cersei on the board.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen this type of Lanni Crossing before, right? Been quite popular, say, 3 months ago. I'm sure Ryan got his own twist on it.
Well, I'm not convinced he's playing Beneath the Bridge of Dreams, if that's what you're considering.
No, probably not the less efficient version.
Jeff, they're playing a Drogo. So he's always helpful in the crossing decks because he gives that option of an extra military challenge. So if you don't have an intrigue icon, for example, at least you can try and put across the 2 military to make up that 3rd challenge. You could use with another chud, to be honest, though, but it looks like it's going for a plaza. And again, that's a really bad choice against Cersei, though.
I guess
right?
Jeff's entire deck is geared around discard card for more efficiency. I mean, Trigger Marine, you got 3 card, one you can use for Plaza, another you could use for Hizdar. You know, so his entire deck. So he may not have that many other choices in hand.
No, I totally understand what his deck does because my deck was doing basically the same thing at Nationals. It was discarding cards and going quick. However, yeah, I think with the matchup he has here, you kind of want to consider different ways to play your deck, which may be difficult. But yeah, I think
might be impossible.
Yeah, but I mean, like earlier, discarding the card to play out Marine may or may not have been the best idea. Until you get a Nightmares on Cersei, that seems good. At least now we can discard cards. Okay, I take it back, it's fine. I just also wanted to note that at the end there, Jeff has an Alt Art Flea Bottom. Just in case you're wondering what that card was.
So Jeff had a problem now. Ryan's going to be doing challenges at him. Jeff either tries to defend them and slowly loses the game, or he unopposes them and tried to hit back with his own crossing and more likely quickly losing the game. Because I don't think he's in a very good position here.
No. Ryan, they're doing an intrigue with Pycelle, who didn't kneel. Is that because of Sir Pounce?
Sir Pounce.
Okay.
Ryan definitely has ambush military in hand. And I gather that by the fact that when he was in the marshalling phase, he saved 2 gold on his plot and the rest of his gold was on his mat. So I'm guessing you need 2 gold for a burn then.
Sounds right.
Sounds feasible, right?
Yeah. So we're having a power challenge here coming through from Ryan with Shay and Tyrion. I'm assuming it was stealthing past one of the two.
Stealth his dar, right? Surely. Get that Drogo knelt.
Would definitely make sense.
Yeah, so pounce on Pycelle is pretty useful. Might be able to get the insight twice around. Lanni do struggle a bit for card draw.
Do they?
Yeah, they don't really have... A lot of factions have really good access to draw now. Stark especially. They suffered for a while, but now they've got draw coming out their ears.
I guess with Lanni, you have the gold mine there, obviously. But then there's also the little guard dude, where both players draw a card. He's an option,
That's not
I guess.
really... I mean, gold mine is filter. You get rid of a card to get a card. You're not getting card advantage.
Yeah, I guess so.
The guard, you're giving your opponent a card as well. But there's not that many effects where you can draw a card. Just draw cards. Fever Dreams is inefficient, a bit expensive. Lannis Port costs 3. Not quite as flexible as something like Great Kraken. They just need a better draw option and some better effects. Like I say, like from people discarding cards or, you know, just other things.
Hopefully there'll be something like that coming up in the future.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
We'll have to keep an eye, I guess.
Or just something like a reverse marine. Near this location to remove 2 of your opponent's cards from their hand from the game until the end of the phase. That way they can trigger all of their, if your opponent has no cards in hand, stuff.
That's quite cool, actually.
Just stuff like that.
So basically you need to go to Worlds, win it, and implement your new card for Lannister.
You think I'd make a bloody Lannister champ card?
Nope.
That would be the worst.
Oh, Lanni aren't that bad. Oh, here we go. Getting some action. So, Jeff has decided to kneel Drogo to defend the power. Ryan's still winning that power challenge, but at least he wasn't unopposed.
Jeff's body language is looking negative right now. There we go, got an ambush. Red.
What is that?
It's Janos Flint.
Is he ambush?
No, but he just played him in War.
Ah.
So
I was too busy looking at Jeff's body language.
So we heard Janos roar. And he's coming in for a 4 strength military, with it being +2 strength from the Lord of the Crossing.
Yeah.
And he got 3 gold there to pump Janos, so he can pump him to 10 if he needed to.
Wow. And then you can intimidate the Hisdar.
He can intimidate the Hisdar. So very well sequenced. He's ensured that he's going to win all 3 challenges and kneel out Jeff's board, which is going to force Jeff to use Flea Bottom, maybe Plaza of Pride, fueling Cersei. Well,
Cersei's been Nightmares this term.
That is true.
So she won't be able to trigger. But I imagine that in Jeff's mind, he would be able to Plaza one person and Flea Bottom another. So he'd still have the 3 characters with which to do his 3 challenges. But now, because it's Intimidate, Jeff's not going to be able to do that. So Hisdar is most likely going to get intimidated here. And either way, Jeff's only going to be able to do a maximum of 2 challenges.
And with Cersei on the other side of the board being a bit of a monster with 6 strength and 2 icon, she's going to be pretty good for defence.
Exactly.
I can't really see Ryan losing on defence in power or intrigue. And he can draw cards with Pycelle on defence too. Shay can restand.
I'm just thinking, Jeff's not got any gold, is he?
He has not got any gold.
Yeah, so he couldn't even Flea Bottom then. So yeah, he's definitely not getting any challenges. Okay, what are we getting here then?
Missandei to stand Mormont.
Seems good.
Mormont opposes, which keeps him on the board temporarily. So he's not going to lose board position. But then I assume he's going to have to soak some claim. Well,
generally, Crossing doesn't run yeah, I was going to say Crossing doesn't run Valar Morghulis, so I imagine that the Hisar dupe is fine.
So Ryan could have pumped Janos again to intimidate Hisar. He's chosen not to. And yeah, I wonder why. It didn't make a difference at the end of the day. Because they've just both passed, gone to dominant. Ryan is 11-2 up. Jeff is imminently going to lose his 2 power if Jorah wins another challenge.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not looking good for Jeff at the moment. Another heads and spikes into King of the North. So this is good for
trigger.
Yeah. So this is good for Jeff because obviously he has his star. He's a king. However, as you say, Ryan won't be able to trigger the Cersei trigger. Queen's Guard. That's a shame.
Lannister don't have many kings. They have King Joffrey. Oh dear.
Got a little earthquake going on there.
Yeah, Lanni have King Joffrey, who doesn't do a great deal of playing a crossing deck. They have Tommen, who might be a one-of. And Boy King, which I haven't seen in a long while.
Oh, there you go, they straightened up the maps for us now. Talking of Tommen.
Oh yeah.
Oh dear. So Tommen's straight out there. Yeah. Oh, he was going to dupe Tyrion, but he's decided to discard the dupe from Tyrion with the gold mine to draw another card. Playing out a reducer, and which he can now use because he has Tommen. So, kneeling the reducer to reduce the cost of the next card by 1. And the Lanni reducer, so it's reduced by 2. Paying 4 for Jaime. Going first, this is really nice because you've got non-kneeling Jaime and non-kneeling Cersei.
Yeah, it's good. It is good. What can Jeff do here? He doesn't seem to have many cards.
Yeah, he's not really drawn a lot, has he? I guess he doesn't want to use Marine for obvious reasons. So we've got Doria on the board there.
Did he use Marine last turn?
He's not marined once.
It might have been useful to use it while Cersei was Nightmare. He may have got a Kotho.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, when does Nightmares run out?
I think it's until the end of the phase.
Until?
Yeah.
And when does Marine trigger? Is it at the end of the phase?
Yes.
So, the Nightmares would wear off before the Marine, right?
Yes.
So, yeah.
Good thinking, Batman.
Thanks.
For the record, she's looking really smug right now, guys.
I wasn't dancing triumphantly. Military from Jaime here, which is non-kneeling, defended by Drogo. And he wins that challenge, so he gains power.
Well, that is his only military icon. He didn't really have a choice.
Intrigue for 5 million.
It's a big un.
Gaining 2 gold.
It looks like it for 13.
And getting the 2 gold there from Tyrion. And I think Jeff was just questioning that. And Ryan saying, yes, I have Tommen on the board. That's how I could use the locations earlier.
Yeah, because Tommen is a king. Who would outlaw beats.
And has a cat.
He does have a cat who's currently attached to Pycelle. What a traitorous cat.
Aww. I was going to make a really rude joke then, but I'm not going to.
That, for the best. I mean, there might be more than the usual number of Americans watching this. We don't want them to think the British are nefarious, disgusting, horrible people.
Well, maybe you should leave then.
Why?
No reason.
That's the spirit. Cersei had an ear token.
She does. It's to count how many times she's been triggered this turn.
She takes ears to see how many cards she's been discarding.
I mean, I did mention this a little while back, you know, just FYI.
Well, I'm missing my ear token. I couldn't hear you.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, that happened.
That's quite witty for me.
Yeah. We have a power challenge coming through.
Yeah, Ryan won the game. It's cool. We know he's won.
Well, at most here, Ryan's not...
Well, Jeff is not happy.
No. I mean, Ryan wouldn't have won then because he's got nothing to claim. And he could have still blocked it. But yeah, I think it's obvious where the game's going. So Jeff decided to call it a day, take a break, and he can prep himself ready for round 2.
Yeah, don't worry too much about it. Just move on to the next game. Sometimes it happens, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes your opponent has the card, the Cersei, which goes against everything that you've been trying to
I mean, that Lanni deck is literally like exactly what a Targ discard deck does not want to see. So I don't think Jeff had much choice. I don't think it was a very good looking outcome from the beginning for Jeff.
He was basically a salmon.
And on that bombshell, thanks everyone for watching in. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do so at patreon.com/The White Walkers. Thank you again to Cameron for becoming our patron and for sending us all these cool new little bits for the screen and sending us the videos. And we'll try and get round 2 out as soon as we can.
Fantastic.
So thanks everyone.
Yeah, cheers everyone.
Bye.